Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Discovery at the Southwest School of Art. I'm Laurel Bodinus, and today we're going to make a spider out of recycled materials. Now, when you're going to start making your spider, you need a large plastic water bottle and a small plastic water bottle, some kind of wire. This is Florist wire, and it's wrapped, and it's easily available at a craft store and not too expensive, and you can use it for a lot of things. I have some different colored duct tape. You need electrical tape, which is stretchy and not very expensive. You're gonna need some glue, some kind of colored paper to stuff the body with, and it could be any kind of paper. It could be leftover Christmas paper or some kind of wrapping paper or even newspaper. If you have some colored paper that you like, you're gonna need some paper to stuff the body with. Jewels for eyes. If you wanted to, you could use googly eyes, but I like the jewels better. You're gonna need some rope, string, or ribbon to hang the spider. And then fun noodle, which is easily cut into nice lengths for the legs. And that's what you need. So let's get started. The first thing you're gonna do when you start to make your recycled spider is you're gonna cut the top off of the larger bottle. And I like this shape. Sometimes a very large, like a soda bottle, might be too big. So I like this shape. So I'm just going to cut it with the heavy-duty scissors and make a little cut like that. And then I'm gonna poke my scissor in and cut all around like this until I have two pieces. Right? Now I'm gonna make a slit on the bottle like that and take my paper, open it up. This is Florist wrap paper. If anybody in your family ever gets flowers, sometimes they come in this paper, and you can save it. Stuff that in to the bottle. And this just gives it a color, a base color, and helps it from collapsing too much. Now I'm gonna, see that slit I made? I'm gonna fold it over like that. But first, I'm gonna take a piece of string, because I want to be able to hang my spider if I want to, or take him for a walk. I'll take a piece of string, tie a knot in it, once, twice, 3 times, so that I get a big knot. I'm going to slide that knot up inside this slit till it comes all the way to the back, like that. And then I'm going to fold it like this, and put this inside like that, so that we get this shape. And I can hold it with my hand like that, but now I have to get my tape, so I have to let go and get my tape. I'm going to use my electrical tape to start with, because I can start with this electrical tape and I don't have to cut it. I'm going to fold that, make sure my string is where I want it, it doesn't come out because of the knot. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, put that in. Get my electrical tape on there. The electrical tape is stretchy, so if you get it on, then you can kind of bend it. And I'm going to make sure that this tightens up between the two pieces. See how my tape is getting all kind of messy? I can fix that. I'll stretch it around and get it down flat, and then go around where it's flat. Try to make sure that this line of the plastic stays kind of straight. So that's our first shape for our spider. Cut this now. Okay. Now I'm going to take the smaller water bottle or soda bottle, and it still has its label on it. So the first thing I'm going to do, find the place where I can cut off the label. Now this is thin. Once again, I'm going to make a hole in it and stick my scissor in and cut around. This can go in your recycling, or it can go into your craft bin and wait for you to make something else out of it. Now, I want to cut this down a little so that it fits. Okay, looks like I need to cut this. See how I cut that little slit there just to make it a little bit smaller? Now I've got the head of the spider, and I'm going to take my electrical tape again. I'm just going to go around the top of this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use my electrical tape and go all the way around so that the whole neck of this spider is black to start with. There he is. All right, now the legs. A spider has 8 legs, as you know. And an insect like a butterfly has 6. Here are my legs, and here's my fun noodle. And I've cut it into pieces, and they're about the same length as these legs. I'm going to cut them in half. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's another piece, right? And now I'm going to cut this. All right, we've got our fun noodle legs cut, and I think I'm going to choose my purple duct tape. So I'm going to take a piece of the duct tape about as long as the bottom of the body of the spider. And that will depend on the size of the bottle that you're using. Lay this out like this. And I'm going to put my wires across it. And I'm going to try to make sure that I put them right where there's an even amount on either side. You can just eyeball this. You don't want it where one leg is really short and one leg is really long. Go. 4 wires with the tape in the center. And now I'm going to take my bottle and I'm going to lay it down on top of that wire like this. Kind of press it and roll it and turn it over. And now I'm going to press it down like this. All right? Now that could be a spider with skinny legs, but these fun noodles are going to make it easier for him to stand up and make him look a little more impressive. So now I'm going to take my electrical tape and I'm going to set that there like that so it's ready. I'm going to take a piece of fun noodle and just lightly kind of trim off a little piece on a diagonal, and I'm going to stick it on there like that. And you see that? See how I've stuck it in and I cut that line there so that it kind of connects up with the body like that? And now I'm going to take my electrical tape and I'm going to wrap it around. Now, you could actually wrap it around, kind of spiral it around like this, and that'll give him stripy legs. Do you see how when I stretch the electrical tape and I stretch it around the fun noodle, it kind of squeezes the fun noodle? You can adapt the shape of the noodle by compressing it and taping it. And I'm going all the way to the end, kind of, and then cutting it off and squeezing that together like that. And there's one stripy spider leg. So I'm just going to keep on doing that until all my legs are done. Okay, so I've got all the legs on and taped, and now I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm putting a little spot of glue here at the ends of the legs, like that. Make sure that wire gets out, and I'm just going to kind of lift them up and let them connect with the body, like that. So that's that side, and I see how I've lifted them up and they're kind of connecting and sticking to the body. Now I'm going to turn it around and do the other side, just the same way. There we go. Okay, I'm going to bend his legs so he can start to stand up. Now, that glue is not all that's going to hold our legs together. We're going to use some tape as well. The spiders are getting connected to each other. I'm going to use this stripy tape. I'm going to take a piece of this tape. So now I'm going to start here at the back. And pretty much any way you want to decorate your spider with the tape will work out, right? Now I'm going to go underneath here and then come up on the other side of this leg. Let that fall around. See how I'm kind of coming around the bottom of the legs? That's going to help those legs stay on, because that glue isn't going to hold it to the body forever if you don't reinforce it with tape. And just bring that back up to there. And cut this off. And I'll just use this other piece. I'll put this other piece right here. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this for all 4 legs. Here's our spider. He's got all his legs on. I put a little piece of tape around the head part too. I'm probably going to use a little more tape on there just to make it more colored. And then we're going to put on the eyes and the mandibles. Just any way you want to decorate the head is fine. The nice thing about using all these colored tapes is it sticks really well to the plastic. You don't have to think about paint. Paint doesn't stick very well to plastic. And it's easy to clean up. All right, now I've got a piece of pink chenille. This is like a pipe cleaner. It just comes with these bumps. And if you can find that or you have that, that's great. And if you don't, you can use a regular pipe cleaner. Or you could even use, look, I've got this plastic lid, and I can make his mandibles out of this plastic lid by cutting around the edge like this. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to make him scary. So I'm going to see where will those fit on his head. Okay. Now, a spider has 8 eyes, and a lot of times their eyes are different sizes. They'll have 2 great big eyes, and then they'll have a little row of smaller eyes, and then maybe a couple of little auxiliary tiny eyes on the side. Now, I've got colored jewels. I've got 2 pink ones, 2 orange ones. I'm going to go with these orange ones. And I'm going to put my 2 big eyeballs on first. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to look in my little bucket and find 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to put a row. I'm going to put 2 little eyeballs on top. Be careful when you put your finger down close to the hot glue. And now I'm going to give him a row of eyeballs underneath. There we go. The spider is ready to scare. Okay, so here we have our little finished spider friend, and I want to encourage all of you to be spider friendly and have fun. And thank you for joining me this morning on Saturday Morning Discovery, and we'll see you next time.